how's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Nailbiter Volume 3, Blood in the Water. And overall, this is a really solid volume. I really did like it. If you guys remember my review for Nailbiter Volume 2, I said that one did get a little caught up in side quest, and I really did want to advance the story along. Well, this volume more than makes up for it. If Nailbiter was a TV show, and I would absolutely love it if it was, this would definitely be the Season 1 finale. So many cool big pieces get brought out, so many interesting things happen, and it does a good enough job at doing a initial finale but not a series finale. So not explaining the whole thing to us, not ruining it, but giving us pieces and chunks, more bits about the mystery, and having some really cool moments with all of our characters. The other FBI girl coming in has a really interesting thing happen to her. We also get flashbacks to before the Nailbiter was the Nailbiter and he was dating a young Sheriff Crane. That was always something that they talked about, but I'm like, what does it matter that they used to date? Well, here it will show you, and it will really do a really good character study for that. But when you get to where Nailbiter leads them, when you get to the end section, it is such a big, cool, and scary finale. I really did like some intense moments and always just on the precipice of figuring out what that secret is. Nailbiter Volume 3 is really awesome. I really can't wait till we finish this series. It's something I'm really looking forward to. So, without further ado, if you guys want to see me talk about more specifics, I'm going to switch to the close-up camera. I'll show you guys a little of the art and do a bit of analysis. I'll try to be avoiding major spoilers, but without further ado, let's switch to the close-up camera. Alright, here we are inside the castle, taking a closer look at Nailbiter Volume 3. Right off the bat, I really do love this cover. The green color works well, and we get to see that mysterious slasher looming over these two, and that's them in the past with this broken heart thing. That's pretty fun. Green on the side as well, and flip it to the back and we get those action shots from inside the story, and we get to see it collects 11 through 15. Anyway, crack the book open, we get the credits page, story by Joshua Williamson, with art by Mike Henderson, with Adam Makowitz. But anyway, let's crack it open and take a bit of a look at the plot. I'm not going to be doing any major spoilers, but I do want to take a moment, break down and analyze and say my piece on a few plot points. I'll try to be avoiding the end bit, which, since I'm going to be avoiding it, I will just vaguely say the final section, and this is super cool. I kind of wish I could show you it, but whatever. Anyway, I do also like this issue 11 cover here. A nice throwback to the cover of Nailbiter issue 1, but this time with Finch biting his fingers. Anyway, we open up, if you remember from last time, Finch decided to just take the Nailbiter captive and do some interrogation on him, but despite all this, he really isn't breaking, and he starts to compare the two of them and how he went too far once. Is he a bad enough guy to go too far again? And they also say that the guy that he beat up was a child murderer. So, like, I felt that really should have been introduced earlier on in the series to make him more of a sympathetic character, because, you know, you beat up a suspect, that's bad, but you beat up a child murderer, okay, I can see why you lose your temper. But anyway, I also really do love how he gets him to break as he starts chewing his own nails in front of him, and there he is trying to resist that. But as they're talking, we do get simultaneously the other girl from the FBI is kidnapped and in a cage with the old man beekeeper, and he says, I'm going to tell you this town's secret. And of course we cut away before we see what the secret is, but now she knows, and she's fundamentally changed, and that's going to really weigh on her. But of course we don't know, but she's going to be very much changed as a character. The mysterious new slasher will show up, and there's someone else hidden in the shadows, and then we get one of the famous double-page splashes where we get to see Finch trying to resist the urge to torture the Nailbiter, while at the same time we see the FBI lady witnessing the horrible murder and dismemberment of the beekeeper. And it was kind of a cool juxtaposition where we see Finch trying to resist the urge to give into his darker side, resist the change. Meanwhile, the FBI lady is having that thrust upon her, and it's just a ton of emotion. But of course, she's going to kick her way out and escape, and we're eventually going to have Finch show up at Crane's house with the Nailbiter and try to duck in there because he thinks he's finally going to start talking. And I also do love this pretty funny moment where the FBI lady shows up and the two of them have to hide in the closet, and he of course thinks that it's funny and like something from a classic comedy movie. But then we also get bits with the pastor character, and like I said, the pastor character is my least favorite character in this series. He is just another evil priest character. He's very much just the lady from The Mist, and we get him in the congregation, the mortician's there, and he decides to create a vigilante anti-serial killer police force. And yeah, that's kind of dumb. It's just kind of stupid and cliched, and I wish, you could do the concerned citizen, because you're in a town full of serial killers. I think you could do this part much more nuanced and realistic, but maybe it'll serve more of a purpose in volumes 3 through 6, I don't know. But as the Nailbiter starts to talk, he starts to talk a bit about the past, and I do love how Sheriff Crane is like, I haven't heard him talk about this much in a long time, and we get to see this experience he had with the parents of the clown killer, and it's an interesting scene to get to see him having firsthand experience with someone in this town tied to a killer. And also with the backstory, we're going to get the first time that Crane and the Nailbiter met back when they were just high school students in this town at a party at the serial killer graveyard. And we're going to actually get further sections of their life together building up towards that prom night. And I really do feel that it helps flesh their relationship out. How he always had a morbid curiosity about the Butchers, even when he was younger. And the fact that they do actually play together really well as a really nice couple. It is super cool, because they had just said, oh, we used to date. And now we're finally getting that plot element fleshed out. We're getting why it was such a big deal, and we're getting just how deep their relationship was for each other, to the point where it's like, yeah, if this guy became a serial killer, that would be a big deal in your life. But eventually, towards the later part, we are going to get Crane trying to take him away from the angry mob of people and get him to the place where he wants to go. I won't spoil exactly where it is, but it's a case of, if you want the truth, I'm going to have to show it to you. And we get some really interesting revelations. He takes them to a very dangerous location, and big stuff starts to happen, and there is some major shoes that drop towards the end of this story. But yeah, fleshing out Crane's relationship, getting to see where Finch's line is drawn, and having that FBI girl change fundamentally as a character, that's all cool stuff that happens before the big epic finale. And then we get there, and it's just super cool. Overall, I really did love this volume of Nailbiter, and I can't wait to read the next 3. And then there's 2 more for Nailbiter Returns, so, you know, fingers crossed that it all comes out really cool. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my Image Comics playlist, where you can see my reviews for the first 2 volumes of Nailbiter in there as well. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.